Hey, so more coffee roasting with my Allio bullet. And look, I'm wearing the same clothes. They are clean. I do have them washed, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. So my Kenya seems to never go away. I always have some laying around. I don't know why. I thought I got rid of that. Kenya is a difficult coffee to roast. I think for one of the main reasons that they're grown at really high elevations.
Challenge.
No, I don't want to charge you yet. So, and in the recent past, I've kind of messed up the roast. I think I'm getting a little bit more of an understanding. What I have here is Kenyan Neri Gachata.
Challenge.
It's an AB size coffee bean, so it's not large beans. They're washed, and these are supposedly have some very fruit-forward characteristics to it when you do a medium roast. The thing is, with the medium roast, you have a lot of high acidity, and with a dense bean, if you don't kind of balance that acidity out, man, for me personally, it's a nasty cup of coffee, and I don't like it. I like more of the darker roast.
Challenge.
But I do like the fruit. Shush. I do like the fruit forward. I like the fruit characteristics. That's why I roast coffee, because I want to try to find those in the coffee beans that I buy up. So, at any rate, I'm down to my last 2 pounds of this Kenya bean. I'm going to try to say it again.
Challenge.
No. Gachata. Neri Gachata. Anyways, I'm not going to butcher it very much. So I just about an hour ago I roasted a pound, and I think I definitely passed the acidity part. With the Kenya, they being those people that know, that Kenya does well when it rests for 2, 3 days, 4 days post roast. Okay, quiet. Post roast. Right away, if I were to grind this up and brew it up, and I have that acidity, it's like I know that I'm going to have problems down the road with it. 2 ways that I know that I kind of dialed in what I wanted. That's one, when I grind the beans, it's more of a softer grind. And two, if the ground color is consistent with the roasted color, I know I've gotten the internal part of the bean roasted to the point to where I want it. If it comes out more orangey than the outer color, then you know you're in that city roast, medium roast area, and you're going to probably expect some kind of acidity to it. With that acidity, you have a lot of the floral, fruity notes with it, but it is possible to maintain some of those and still soften out the acidity, which is, that's the goal, that's the aim. Anyways, what I did on this one, just to quickly explain, I had a 437 degree charge temperature. I had 559 grams of beans I put in. And those people, the ones that know, I'm going to say that prolonging the drying process with these denser beans ensures that you get that the fruit notes out, and they kind of carry on over. So I tried that, and I ended up spending a lot of time, like 28% of my time in the development stage, which again, that's where you can also soften up the acidity, and then you start getting more of those the cocoa, the molasses, the cocoa, the bittersweet chocolate characteristics and you get a better, more fuller mouthfeel. Which is what I got, because the roast that I did before, just before this, I did taste it. I know I broke all the rules. I tasted it, and there wasn't the acidity, which is great, but there was a bitterness in there. And I think over the next couple of days, that's going to kind of like mellow out. It's going to degas, and I'm going to have a pretty good cocoa-y cup of coffee out of it. So with this one, the very last one, I'm going to roast it a little more heat up front, and then I want to have a good first crack going through. So the development stage, the temperature increases a little more quickly. I want to stop it at 430 degrees, 440 degrees. That's going to give me a good full city medium dark roast. But I don't want to take forever to get there. And that's where you just kind of bitter out the whole damn thing and kind of like, ugh, might as well go and buy up. Anyways, I'm going to shut this thing up and get it charged. Okay, so what I have set up here, I have the power set at 8, a little bit higher than last time. I'm going to turn the fan up to 6. So I'm going to get good airflow going through here. It's going to kind of cool down the heat a little bit, because it is another lovely day out here in the Pacific Northwest. It's going to get some of that colder air in here and kind of buffer the heat, I suppose. I guess, I don't know. We'll see. I can always turn the fan speed down. I don't want to change the power setting. I want to actually try to control that with the fan if I can. Again, just keep one thing that you're changing so you know if it works and you know that works. But if you change the multiple things, you really don't know which one is making a difference or not. So, I don't have a lot of love left for these Kenyan beans, so, whatever happens, happens. I guess. So, to prolong the drying phase, when the beans get to, they're kind of a green right now, light green. When they change to a yellow, a tan color, whatever, that's the green to yellow point. And kind of what I do is I kind of demarcate that as the drying phase. They're going to continue to dry throughout the rest of the roast. And I think each roaster kind of has their own little nuances on what they call what. So by prolonging that green to yellow, the drying phase, I kind of achieve what I think I want based on what they say, right? They. Maybe I'll be one of they someday. Who knows? But I want that to happen at 6 minutes. So the green to yellow, when it turns like a yellow can, I want that around the 6 minute mark. And that's going to be basically about a temperature of 325 degrees. So, let's see what happens. I got a rate of rise of 25 degrees per minute. I'm at 285. So 1 minute's going to get me to 425, and that'll get me up to 300 degrees. And then another one. So I may just make it. It may be like about 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So I'll have that green to yellow. At least in theory, that's what I think. So it's kind of like a lime green right now. Lima, bean green. I don't know, can you see that? So it's 301 at 4 minutes, so, well, I still may not make it, but anyways. It's a theoretical plan that I have. So we're approaching yellowing here. I want to go just a little bit more, but yeah, I'm going to be about a minute off. Oh well. No love lost there, huh? There's some that are still green in there. Let's see, probably about now 5:13 at 4:25. Yeah, at 6 minutes, I'm going to turn the fan speed up to 7, but I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, again, get more air circulating through here. At a certain point, you're going to get more of a convective transfer of heat with air going through. But with the outside temperature being like sweltering 42 degrees, you're going to get a little bit more. It's going to have diminished returns, and it's going to be a little bit more colder air coming through, which is going to have a cooling effect inside the drum. I don't want that too much of a cooling. I just want to have it just enough to kind of offset the increased temperature. Our rate of rise currently is at 17 degrees per minute. So I want to prolong this whole stage before first crack starts. I don't want it super long, but when first crack starts, I want to spend 20% of my time. Again, that's what they say. 20% of your time in development stage is ideal. You can be less, you can be more. Again, the more time you spend in that, the more you're going to lose those flavors of origin. In this case, the fruit, strawberry, blueberry, cherry, all the stuff that is inherent in the bean. I want to keep those because that's what I like. Talk about what's over here? I don't want to have crack going right yet. Okay, there's first crack. I know 4 at 383. Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat down here. I'm going to turn it down to 6. Actually, no. I'm going to turn it down to 7. Yeah. 7. The thing with this, it's kind of hard to hear when the second crack starts. You know, I can hear the crack. I can smell what's going on. I can smell where it's at. 10 minutes and close to 400 degrees. I want to go to at least 430. And I'm at 12% in development time. Again, I don't want to spend that much time in there. Crap, I'm going to go back up with the heat. Back up there. Shouldn't have turned it down. Dang it. Okay. Heat equals 8. Usually I go right into the second crack with my heat gun. Again, that whole methodology has a different effect on the bean, so first crack or second crack with the bean is going to indicate something different than the second crack in here. Maybe. Now it seems like first crack is stopped. I'm just going to mark that. 21% of my development time. I'm only at crap. Okay, it's at 420. I didn't want that to. Okay. Sorry for the noise. Okay, let me go measure this. So I weighed the beans, and I started off with a charge volume of 569 grams. The roasted weight was 487 grams, so I have a 14.4% weight loss. which I've been averaging about 15% for most of my roast as far as the weight loss. Yeah, but well, 15-14%. And there's two subjective observations on determining the level of roast, definitely more. One of them is the weight loss. You can have anywhere from an 11 to as much as maybe 16-17% weight loss due to moisture evaporation. And the theory is on that, the less weight loss, the lighter the roast. To the point 12-13%, that may be the light roast area. 14-15% is medium roast. Above 15%, you're going to get to the medium dark roast. And when you get like 16-17%, that's where you're into the hardcore dark roast, French roast, espresso roast. So in order to get that much of a weight loss, you have to have a pretty good drying spell going on. So we have the weight loss that's going to dictate theoretically the degree of roast, and then also the amount of time that you spend in that development stage, and that's post first crack. When you determine when first crack starts, from that point until you end the roast, that's the development stage. That's where you're going to lose the acidity, you're going to lose those fruits and floral characteristics, and you're going to soften up the harshness or the acidity of the coffee. And you're also going to develop more molasses, more burnt sugar, more cocoa, bitter chocolate. And if you can maintain some of the sweetness, that bittering cocoa is going to turn into more of a chocolate kind of a feel to it, or perception. And that's pretty sweet. Also, sweet. Well, sweet. That's cool. So with the second and final roast of this Kenya, I'm not really quite sure I'm going to buy more Kenya. It's a challenge. I'm almost kind of like, they're not cheap beans. I'm not going to give up. I'm just not like super psyched about buying Kenya and screwing up a bunch of it. So maybe as I keep going, I'll kind of learn what I'm doing. Still very much drinkable. I'm not going to toss it on out. So there we go with that. I'm excited about all of the features on roast time that comes with the Allio bullet. I like looking at data and analyzing it and thinking about, at least thinking that I can think I know what I'm looking at and what elements that I can control and not control. One of the big factors that's kind of out of my control is that, well, now we got water coming out of the sky right now, and it's cold. So we have some high humidity. We don't have wind coming through over here, and this is outside. So those are factors, external environmental factors, especially when you're outside. They are what they are. So when you try to develop a profile or elements that you can control, well, you have elements that you can't control that just kind of screw the whole damn thing up. So understanding these and knowing what you can or can't control and going from there, it just makes things a little bit more interesting. Here you can kind of get an idea of what you're doing, but there's always going to be something that's going to mess things up. And it's an agricultural product that you're manipulating, and an agricultural product is subjected to environmental conditions, so that's going to change things. So anyways, I enjoy the process, and I'm not foolish enough to think that what I have to say here is something that that you're going to be enlightened about. But if it helps someone out, that's great. I still have a couple of more pan roasting videos that I'm thinking about how I can edit those and put them together. That's my main thing. I enjoy that. I think it's fun and it's exciting if I can find a different way to present that to make it more entertaining to watch. then that'll be good. Anyways, I'm done here. I'm getting hungry. Thanks for watching.